Hi, I'm Stuart Ballantyne of the Marine think tank Australia. 4 years ago, Anthony Albanese promised that if he was elected, he would bring 12 new coastal ships onto the Australian coast to boost our self-reliance.
We need to prepare Australia for a future made in Australia so that we can stand on our own 2 feet, so that we're less vulnerable to shocks in global events. And we know that one of the ways that we can do that is by having the Australian flag on the back of Australian ships with Australian seafarers doing the work. Supply chains are vulnerable if we don't have our own capacity, our own economic sovereignty by having an Australian strategic fleet. And a Labor government that I lead will create just that.
When he was elected, he then spent $500 million on the voice referendum that he didn't mention during the lead up to the election. And we haven't seen a new ship. Conclusion, the guy is a liar. From the start, Albo kept promising a $275 reduction in everyone's electricity bills, and with renewables, I can tell you that will never happen. What a liar. Fiji's Prime Minister Sitiveni Rabuka 2 weeks ago has stated that Fiji, like 40 other countries, are closely investigating the use of nuclear power to combat his spiraling costs of importing fossil fuels and to protect his nation's future prosperity. Why does Albanese keep saying that the cost of going nuclear will cost $600 billion when he knows that number is a total lie? Because he's a liar. And he and his green mates have absolutely no interest in Australia's future prosperity, or else he would not be closing down gillnet fishing, live sheep exports, gold mines, and a host of other industries. I could keep going on about his lies, but I'm only on a 2-hour parking meter. So with 3 more years of this appalling leadership, we can watch another 31,000 businesses and their families go down the gurgler, unskilled migrants by the millions, crime exploding in front of our eyes, and thousands more sleeping in their cars. If you are remotely considering voting for the ALP Greens, please consider running your head into a brick wall until that urge subsides.
Authorised by Matt Carroll, Senior Vice President of Marine Think Tank Australia.